United States came under very tight control of a real gang, has its rule. And its rule now is coming in opposite with the real constitution of the United States of America and what were being the end of the independence wars. It's a very historical case because the United States of America, it's the states, many states were in a war for long years, and they has ended with a deal. The West and the East and the North and South, they got a deal to make a real one country, big and strong. They got it. And so many presidents led this nation into a very, very good level of hegemony. They control themselves until they control the world. But in this very turning point in the history of America, after reaching a very high historical imperial, I don't know where it exactly, but I can mark it with Mr. Ford, who created Ford for cars. He talked about this point. When they control the press, control the police, control the foreign affairs, control everything. And for last step, control the Congress. You can call them IPAC group as they will, yeah. But those guys has an opposite party right now. I can talk a little bit about them if I'm not taking anyone's part to talk.
No, that's good for now.
I could try to get that.
And forgive my English, please. I'm just.
No, you're fine. We understand.
Thank you.
No problem. Go ahead, mister.
Yeah, I think it's very rare, and it's fascinating how some people just walk out of their butts when it comes to regarding to foreign funding. I think we just heard someone who just blamed AIPAC, which is number 20 on the list of campaign funds. And these are the types of misconceptions that I feel like we generally continues to go through because of propaganda and misinformation that people just blab out, thinking they're right, even though nobody really could understand with his accent. And people, especially from outside the United States, would love to put pressure on Americans and tell them lies because for them, they just like to see Americans fight and cause that civil conflict within each other about America. And in regards to the room title, Jeffrey Epstein, I understand what Jeffrey Epstein did was wrong, and did he have nefarious reasons or maybe blackmail people? I have no idea. But at the same time, we still see people glossing over themselves when they talk to Tates, where in reality they're still alive, still committing the crimes, and nobody's actually focusing on what's happening currently and dwelling on things that happened in the past where we can't really physically change. And maybe we can put some reparations to the victims. These are things that I don't even ever hear. It's more or less like who we're going to catch with their names rather than giving the victims who are the only people that are valuable in this conversation and giving them an opportunity for what they went through. And I think that's more or less what I really want to say, because in reality, there's these pedos all over our country doing all these types of crimes, and not many people even care. And to sugarcoat it on these elites, we know it happens. It's still currently happening, as you mentioned with P. Diddy. These things are way too rampant, and if we actually wanted to stop something, we should, and we should do it for the people that are alive rather than people that already died.
I agree with that. And what do you think is going to be the outcome of this, Mark?
I think it's a witch hunt. I think both parties are going to weaponize it, even though all elites are going to be on this list. We've already seen a lot of left-wing, but Bill Clinton went into business with this guy for many different reasons, and I won't put anything past the Clintons. And to be honest with you, I don't think we'll ever. I think it's more like a red herring where people just like to talk about it, but it doesn't actually change anything down the line. Nothing would happen, even if we do know or we don't know anything. Nothing's gonna actually happen to your average Joe.
What would you think, like, on this list? Like, I mean, obviously there would be implications. Like, Epstein has his connections. He's going to have a lot of, like, more liberal-minded, like, Merkel's Germany. England, he's going to, like, we're well aware there's a prince on there. I'm pretty sure if there's a prince on a list to Epstein Island, I'm pretty freaking sure that there's going to be other more prominent leaders. There's, going to be people from Israel, maybe Egypt, I guess. You're going to have a lot of Middle Eastern connections there. You're going to have a lot of European connections there. There's even the Trudeau connection. So all of this is starting to kind of, from a security asset, for national security, I do see that there's a danger in this, that this can spiral out of control if it's not actually done the correct way, which a lot of people will say that's not how we should do it. But, we really don't want to go to wars with a lot of nations, and we don't want to lose some of the things that we have going on currently and what we have built in the past to be implicated. Not excusing the behavior, but I just don't see how we're going to go snatch somebody from, say, Italy, or, go snatch Prince Andrew. We're not going to get that person. You're not going to get justice from Prince Andrew. I'm just letting you guys know.
Exactly, Brad. This is why all along, they investigate. If they don't tell you, the normal person, what the fuck they're doing. But, how far can they really go up to all of these high-profile individuals, right? And then heads of states. It's just wild. It really is.
Mari, what do you think?
I wouldn't give up the intel. In reality, if I have something like Prince Andrew, I'll go to them and be like, I'll expose it, and I'll get something out of it if I'm in the United States and have that information. That's my personal. I'm more interested in who's not on that list. Who knew to stay the hell away, and not because they knew because they're not sick like the people on the list, but more like I know what's going on. That's more interesting to me than anything else, because there is Ehud Barak, Israel Prime Minister, is on that list. Things like that, like especially when I hear Israel and Mossad, it doesn't make sense. Israeli politicians and government wouldn't be openly with the person if they knew he was a spy that's collecting info and gonna eventually blackmail, which we all think end up happening with this list. So I'm more interested in who's not on the list.